Welcome, fellow landlord and vendor farmers. And today I'm with Luke St.Clair, the king of video. All right, mate, how's it going?
All right.
Good stuff. And today I'd like to do a video training to train you and also train the guys out there in estate agency and letting agency land.
This could be an early Christmas present for them.
It could be. We are the gift that keeps giving. A really, really quick and easy way to do local property reports on your locality.
Yeah.
You can do these every single month, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step process of how to do that. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Good stuff.
We're going to record it today.
We're going to record it today. I'm going to show the guys on the screen now exactly from initial step all the way through to it being filmed. It's going to take about 5-6 minutes to prepare it.
And then the polished article at the
Yes. How's that sound?
Sounds great to me.
Good stuff. Right, so you are in an area called Clarendon Park in Leicester.
We are.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to Rightmove, and we are going to click on the word house prices. When you click on the word house prices, a little drop down menu appears and you click on the word sold house prices.
Yeah.
You then type in the area that you do. So therefore, it needs to be a searchable term on Rightmove.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in a small town, you'll have to do it on the town, but if you're in a larger town, if it is a searchable term, it will work.
Yeah.
So Clarendon Park, and we hit the word list view.
Okay.
So what this brings up is all the property sales that have taken place in Clarendon Park over the last, since 1995. What I would be doing here is, as you can see on the screen here, it says sold in years. I would take that back to 1 year. And as you can see on the screen here, it tells us some great information here, which we're going to utilise for our video. So it says the majority of sales in Clarendon Park during the last year were terraced houses, selling for an average of 227,970. If I was you, I'd probably round that up to, or round it down to the nearest 100.
223,000.
Yeah, that's like that. Flats sold for 177 and detached houses for 252,300. And the average overall price, 222,900. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this down. So in terms of the actual video itself, if you recall on the buy-to-let deals, this classic 3-stage, which is intro to your audience, second facts and figures, and third I love it because.
Yeah.
When we actually go and do the video, you'll see the intro is quite short and sweet.
Yeah.
We now need to write some facts and figures down on a piece of paper, which we're going to use on our video. And I'm going to show you how to write all this down, and you haven't got to remember any of it.
Right, good.
So we're in Clarendon Park. So the first thing is if you can see here, it says 83 properties sold.
Okay.
So we're going to put the word 83 properties sold on our piece of paper. You'll see it says here, it says type. And on the write-up it says the most were terraced houses. So we're going to click on the word terraced.
Yeah.
And it will tell us that 50 terraced houses have sold. So we're going to put the word 50 terraced houses.
Yeah.
But if you recall, it says that the average price it sold for was 227. We'll go 900 because I think it just looks better to come off the thousands.
Yeah.
So we'll go 227 900. Next, it says flats. So we'll move type to flat.
Yeah.
And that says 18 sold, 18 flats. And it's sold for an average price
177,200.
Okay. And then finally detached houses, we'll change that to detached. Aren't many semis in Clarendon Park? Oh, only 2. There you go. There you go. And that is detached. That's sold for an average price
I believe
252,300.
hopefully 13 semis then.
Hopefully. Yeah, 10.
No.
252,300. And we'll just do semis just for a laugh. Here we go.
It doesn't add up.
13.
Oh, it does.
And it doesn't actually tell us what the average sold for. I mean, what we could, if we really wanted to, is add those up and divide by 13. But we won't worry about that because that's too much like hard work, Luke.
I'll add it up then.
Okay, we can add it up later if you want to. Yeah. Right, okay. Now it says Clarendon Park with an overall average of 222,900. So overall, 222,900. And then cheaper, Stonygate at 286 and Knighton at 272. Rightmove will always give you a below and above.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they are the neighbours. Yeah.
So I'm just going to write those down
So
on a piece of paper.
Knighton was what?
Knighton was 272,500.
Yeah.
Okay, again, we don't want to be remembering numbers here, we're just going to write them down. And then finally, Stony Gate at 286. 286, 200. Okay. Now, those are the first sets of facts and figures. The next facts is, I think it's always nice to bring in a couple of properties. You know what when you do the top 30 streets and you drop in a few recent sales?
Yeah.
It's always nice just to drop in a few recent sales. So what I'd like you to do is just pick one or two, definitely one, which
typical of Clanham Park.
Okay, so there we go. So we'll pick that, and that's interesting to me because Terraced is. We'll move out the camera because I want to see. Terraced is one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So on a separate piece of paper,
Yeah.
you know, have a word with your bank manager. Get some better paper next time. So here we go. This is
Other banks are available.
Other banks are available. So Lytton Road.
Oh, we sold that.
There you go. Isn't that interesting?
What a surprise!
What an interesting surprise that is. And it sold in September 2018 for £250,000.
Yeah.
So I'm writing this down on a piece of paper, and I'm just going to have a quick look at the key features just to see what was in there. Central heating, double glazing, sitting room, light and airy. And then I'm going to look at the images.
A lovely garden room, that one.
Indeed. So what we're going to do here is this. You can get these photos out by right mouse clicking and saving it.
Can you really?
You can. There you go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick 3 photographs that I like the look of. Okay. Definitely the garden room, and I'm going to write down the garden room. I'm going to write down the photographs that I'm going to use. So garden room's a nice one. What else am I going to use? I'm going to put them in logical
Kitchen's
order.
a nice one.
Kitchen.
People always like a nice kitchen, don't
Yeah.
they?
Okay, and and we'll have the front room. And then what was the garden like on this one? Should we have a look?
Courtyard from memory.
Okay, let's have a look. Courtyard, very nice. So what I'm going to do now is right mouse click and save those photographs.
Yeah.
Okay, because I can do that.
Well, they're in the public domain, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So I'm just saving those now, and it was the front room.
And you've already done the garden room.
Yeah, and we just need the front and just need the kitchen. And what we're doing here is we'll save these. Oh, it's probably a better shot of the kitchen. No, that's the best one there is. Save the images. Because what I can do is on the video, we'll drop those in.
Yeah.
Okay, and just finally the front shot. There we go. Was that garage included, by the way?
No.
Okay, remember, you don't have to have sold this house.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all in the public domain.
Yeah.
So what I've got here on the piece of paper, as you can see, is I've got the information of the property being sold, when it's sold, and the photos I'm going to use. You'll see exactly why I'm going to do this in a sec when we go out and film it.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-bedroom terraced house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had gas CH. And it had double glazing. So again, just move back so the guys can see. I'm writing all this down. So what I've got is 2 pieces of paper here, which I'm going to use. And what I propose we do now, Meodes, is we'll go outside onto a typical street, and I'm going to show you how to use these pieces of paper to do a film in one shot. We need our trusty, call it a laptop, tripod.
But surely we've got to get some expensive equipment.
No. An iPhone with sellotape. We're going to use the sellotape in a bit. We have our trusty pieces of post-it notes.
Yeah.
We have some blue tack.
Yeah.
And we have a microphone with a fluffy bit when we get that when we go outside, and that's all the information and details we need. So should we go outside and I'll show you what I propose to do is I do it once.
Yeah.
I'll fluff it obviously, and then you have a go and see how we get on.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Right, let's go and do it, mate.
Let's go.
Why don't you put a jacket on? Now hold this. Here we go. Right, here we go. So first thing we're going to do.
So sat next to John Paul.
Yeah.
Some of his like northern hardness rubbed off on me.
Northern hardness. I tell you what, he comes across as a cage fighter,
Yeah.
lean, mean fighting machine, and trust me, he is. No. Hi, JP. Right. Okay. So we've just turned up the set. Right. So let's put it out here.
Yeah.
Put the tripod. Okay.
What's going on that then? Camera?
There. Mobile phone.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to come round? Have a
Don't
look.
forget your sellotape.
Okay. Come around this side. There you go. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go on selfie mode.
Liam, round your side so you can see.
Come around there.
So you go around there, Liam.
So we're going to go into selfie mode. Now the problem with selfie mode is this, is that you actually end up looking at yourself and it looks really,
Look,
really
you've been
weird.
followed by a cameraman.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Like BBC, aren't you?
Right, so we're going to need some microphones, so get your microphone on.
Microphone, yeah. Check. Fine. Right.
Good. Okay.
You want me to plug it in?
Yes, please. Now I've done no preparation. So first thing I'm going to do is the old-fashioned blue tack method. So Liam, if you just want to come in a bit.
Yep,
the
I've got it
lens
on.
is that little thing there. So we're going to put a tiny piece of blue tack. Do you mind just holding that a second? All right, there.
Thank you. What's that for then?
Well, what happens is we now know where the lens is because it's next to the blue tack.
So you don't talk to the screen?
No. And then the next thing is we need a post-it note.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a post-it note.
Yeah.
This always flies off everywhere.
So a bit of blue tack again.
So what I'm going to do now, Liam, if you just have a look, is I'm positioning myself on the thirds, which means the posh word is I'm putting myself a third of the way across and 2/3 that way. If you can
And
see
you
that.
can set these grids
Yeah, you
if you've not got them on your phone. You can. There's a setting, isn't there?
There is on photos. So that's where my feet are. So I'm going to get that piece of blue tack there, and I'm going to stick it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to need some details. So I've got my two pieces of paper here, the ones that I wrote, and I'm going to probably have to cut that, but I'll probably tear it or something.
Well,
Roughly toughy.
yeah.
Okay.
Told you it's that toughness.
I know. That
John Paul toughness.
John Paul toughness. And then second piece of paper underneath there.
Okay.
Okay. So what I've got there, guys, is I've got the pieces of paper, which I might, if it was windy, I might just probably sellotape down the bottom, but it's not too windy today. Now, the really important thing is that when you are actually, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you're actually reading stuff, people can see your eyes moving. So the best thing to do is to wave your hands. So these come in, if you recall, we've got the three sections, which is intro, facts and figures, and I love it because. We're going to have a go at this one. All right. So Liam, if you want to come out of the camera, and I'm going to hit the word go like this, position myself, and here we go. If you live in Clarendon Park, I have got something to tell you about what's happening in the Clarendon Park property market. In the last 12 months, 83 properties have sold in this absolutely wonderful area for an average price of £222,900, which interestingly is not as much as Stonygate at 286,200, but obviously not as posh. We're posher than Knighton at 272,500. When you actually look at what's been selling, the most properties that have been selling in this area have been terraced houses, and out of the 83, 50 terraced houses have sold for an average price of not a bad price, 227,900, and then 18 flats have sold for 177, 13 semis and 2 flats, 2 detached houses. Let's have a quick look at some properties of the type of properties that you can buy. And here's a property that has just recently sold on Lighton Road. It sold for £250,000 it sold for £250,000 in the last couple of months. And let's just have a quick look. It's got a lovely front room, kitchen, and then look at this garden room and a lovely courtyard. I love Clarendon Park because it's so close to the town centre, but it's got its own town village-like feel as well. Leicester's just on your doorstep, all the shopping, and if you are thinking of selling a property in Clarendon Park, I'd love to talk to you and tell you what makes Clarendon Park so special. Thanks very much. Right, there you go. Your turn now, mate. Do you want to do all that again?
Yep.
Okay.
Are we doing it off that
No,
one?
I'm just recording. We'll just keep it on one roll. You can obviously cut this out.
Can't
you
even
wanna
see
cover
the
yourself?
lead, can you? Yep, don't need to see myself.
You don't want to see yourself? Okay. Remember, look at the blue tack. Look at the blue tack. Look at the blue tack.
Hi, it's Luke from Knightsbridge Estate Agents and Valuers from Queen's Road, and I've come today to West Avenue, lovely typical terraced house street within Clarendon Park, and I want to give you an update on what's been happening within the resale market within the Clarendon Park area. So within the last 12 months there's been 83 property sales, and interestingly the majority of those sales have been terraced homes, just like the ones around me today, with an average selling price of £227,900. Of those 83 properties, there's also been 18 flats, and the average sale price for those properties is around £177,200. And then finishing up, we have 2 detached homes that have sold, an average price of around £252,300 and 13 semi-detached homes. Now, when we compare Clarendon Park to other areas within the local area, so for example, if we compare it to Stonygate, we have an average selling price of around £286,000, but also around kind of Knighton, we have an average selling price of around £272,000. Now, let's have a look at one of the most recent sales that's hit Land Registry, and that's a property on Lytton Road. Very popular location. It's a 3-bedroom terraced home, and let's now have a look at some of the photographs and what it was like inside. First of all, we had that gorgeous kitchen. We have a beautiful front reception room area. You can just imagine sitting there on a winter's evening, all cosy with the radiators on, fire going, but also it had a particularly special garden room. And let's have a look at what that courtyard garden had to offer as well. Very nice, quite low maintenance. Now, if you're thinking of selling or even buying within the Clarendon Park area, we'd love to talk to you and see how we can help and discuss with you about why Clarendon Park is so great. One of the reasons I love Clarendon Park is Queen's Road. It has the great selection of different shops, and my personal favourite is Christopher James Delicatessen. Pop in there, say hello to Simon, and you won't be disappointed. I'll be back next month to give you a rundown on what's happening in Clarendon Park. See you then.
One take. What's all that about? That's amazing. There you go, we can go back. It's freezing. No, come on, let's go home. That's it. It really is that easy, guys. That was one take, mate. One take. And if
So
you
how
can't
much prep? So we did 10 minutes prep.
Yep.
10 minutes prep, we walked up the road, say 5 minutes, 5 minutes recording, 20 minutes, and you've got a video that you can compare.
I'll tell you what, you'd basically there'll be Facebook group on this area. You just chuck that out. Make sure, if you remember, only if you can, put the word Clarendon Park in the first couple of seconds in words, because then that because on Facebook they'll pick that up.
Why don't you frame it?
There you go, guys. There you go.
Now
So-
we need to go to Knighton and Stonygate. Come on.
Come on, let's go.